Good evening, everyone. I am Jasmine.
And I am Natalie.
And I am Jay. And today we are going to have our focus discussion or online focus discussion about what is given in the GCAT. We have been given this set of questions, which is we were going to have this kind of focus or group online discussion where we were going to talk about the questions. So the first question is what is macro social and micro social? So from the word itself, we can already define what is the meaning of those. So from the word micro means small and macro means big, or it is like talking about the scope of the factor. Now, how does that environment or how does that society relate to second language acquisition? So I'm going to give you the importance of how our society has the most important role in acquisition, especially in L2 learning, because people are the factor that best describe why we have acquired ideas and ideologies. Society is often distinguished as the people, and without people, there is no language. That would be my part. Nakuha, Rajas?
Yes. Nakuha ra. So now we proceed into the meaning of the input, wherein it is how the learners perceive the language, and it is how the learner can acquire the language. Meaning, if kanang like reading and kanang listening, this is the medium that they can use to acquire language. Meaning, if wala na nimo siya nadungog or wala nimo siya nabasa, kanang wala ka kaybaw if kanang unsa na siya. That's how input is. Wherein it is also the data na kanang makuha sa atuang brain. And also interaction. It is the how learners socialize based on their environment, and these are the data na pwede nila makuha and mabutang nila diri sa ilang brain, which is mahimo nilang input nya kana. Mao na siya ang kanang basihan jud na kanang ang interaction unsa siya ka grabe ka kanang significant, dako gyud siya kanang role in acquiring language, especially if kanang bag-o pa ka nga nag-learn sa language. Basta kay ang input, it is the data, and the interaction, it is where you can get the data na imuhang masud sa imuhang brain. I think maura jud na siya. Basta if kanang wala nimo siya nadungog, wala nimo siya wala nimo siya nadungog, wala nabasa, kay wala nimo nakita, di wala jud ka kaybaw og unsa gina siya. So in other words, if you don't hear or read language, you can't have it. That's all. Thank you.
So role of feedback in SLA. So when we say feedback, so it is very important, especially to those non-native speakers, since this would be the one that could able to provide model for correctness. So especially those repetition, paraphrasing, expansion, sentence completion, framing for substitution, and vertical construction. So like for example, nastorya ang usa ka native speakers nga word which is not incorrectly grammared. Like for example, on a city bus, let's say the persons is or are Carmela and Dale. So Carmela, a non-native English speaker that converses with native English speaker Dale. So they discuss various topics, and Carmela occasionally makes language errors.
So with regards with feedback, I've also like to add, because I've read somewhere na lang bitaw, I've read Sir Bon's an article that he sent to us, wherein a feedback can be a motivation to a language learner, wherein if, like for example, if ang learner is kanang na siya mabuhat, na siya na-achieve. Like, kani nga pronunciation sa grammar is iyang nakuha. And ang kanang as teachers, kay ato siyang daigo, na-appreciate na to siya nga, wow, very good man kay ko nga, kay nakuha na nimo. So with that, kay kanang ang learner is mo pursue siya to learn anang another nga language or kanang another nga level para ma-improve niya ang language. So kanang makakonclude ko na kanang ang feedback is important sa kanang language learner. And also as kanang teacher, we also need to bantayan nato unsaon nato paghatag ang feedback sa usa ka learner because kanang lahi-lahi sad og kanang o perception ang learners if unsaon lang nga kuano na nila nga lain kayo si kanang ma'am kay iya kong gikasab-an or wala ko niya gidayeg. So meaning kadang nasa downsides wherein kanang makalusan ni siya og kanang confidence sa learners if kanang dili na nimo siya matarong og deliver. That's all.
So computer interaction and SLA. So it is very important as it provides corrective feedback and unique learning environments. Also in synchronous oral interaction and written computer mediated communication, it involves negotiation of form and self-correction. So especially those virtual communities offer anonymity, fostering inclusivity. So the interaction hypothesis emphasizes modifications and collaborative efforts during those social interaction, while the social cultural theory suggests about the interactions on which it is causative force and acquisition. So both perspectives contribute to understanding how learners engage with computer mediated experiences and their impact on second language development. That's all.
Okay. Unsa gani ning ZPD gani kalimot ko. ZPD raw ang gusto.
Zone of proximal development.
So, in a zone of proximal development or the ZPD, it is something that the learners can do and can't do with and without assistance. For example, there are learners na kanang makat-on siya og dali if kanang naa siya tabang pananglitan kanang grade 3 or kanang mga kuan gagmay pa jud nga kanang practice pagsuwat, ikaw may kanang master, ikaw may kanang nakahibaw unsaon na imo siyang tabangan. So with that kay kanang mas dali siya makat-on og napay lang example kanang magbuhat mo og kanang shape nga triangle kay dili pa man gina siya dayon-dayon nga iniga triangle nimo kay kanang makahibaw dayon ang learner. So ang imong buhaton is i-breakdown nimo siya into parts. Like magbuhat sa ka nga inganion pag kanang suwat ang kanang linya nga pinabawog. Ingana pa nimo nya kanang line. So in language learning pod kay dili pod nimo siya tudluan og words dayon. Naa pa tay mga morphemes, right? Morphemes ba? Yeah, sa sounds pod. So ingana siya. And kanang ang limitation sa ZPD is kanang magka-change pod siya over time. Wherein kanang ang learners kay dili na siya mag-need og assistance just like kanang before nga katong gamay pa yang edad kay nakaibaw naman siya. So that's all mauro akong nasabtan sa ZPD. Wait lang. So in scaffolding, it is the guidance verbally wherein kanang ang learners og ang teacher kay mag one-on-one talk sila para mahibaw-an pod sa learner if unsay ang sayop or unsay ang kanang need na i-improve.
So we are down to the last question about the accommodation and acculturation model. So before anything else, before we differentiate the two terms, let's define first what is the use of it in SLA or second language acquisition. So accommodation and acculturation model are essential in understanding how individual and groups navigate linguistic boundaries and cultural integration, especially in second language acquisition, as I said. So accommodation involves adjusting one language use to enhance communication and establish a connection with the interlocutor, influenced by social factors such as communication desire or the motivation, and then perception, or which is the input that you have got into the interaction. And when it comes to acculturation naman, it is proposed by John Schumann that identify three factors or key factors, and that is negatively affect acculturation, inhibit successful language learning. So, like, it is like a negative thought na acculturation from the word itself, occult, na murag na siya desire or dominance of one group or other group nga kinamurag mo affect gid siya sa imong language acquisition, especially sa imong environment kay ang ato environment is often distinguished as our society, and that society is people, and that people have that culture or any tradition or ideologies na nga maka-affect sa imong language learning. I guess that is what I have understood in upon reading the text. Yeah.
Nice one.
And that's all for today.
Do
Bye-bye.
buyers.